running a live solicitation in Build My Bid Manager. Before we start, bookmark this video right now. Not at the end. Now, this is the one video you'll return to every time a solicitation lands, whether it's an RFP, an RFDP, an RFU, or an IDQ task order. You'll want to find it in 10 seconds, not 10 minutes. Bookmark it, save it to your favorites, pin it in Slack, whatever works for you. Done? Good. Let's go. Your federal proposal library is built. Your organization capability profile, evidence vault, and past performance library are loaded. Now a solicitation has landed, and this video walks you through exactly what to do with it, step by step, from the moment the RFP arrives to the moment you click submit on sam.gov. To keep this concrete, we're going to run a real solicitation through the system. Our demo is a DoD DISA IT Support Services Task Order, $3.2 million, Best Value Evaluation, Small Business Set-Aside, 3 evaluated sections plus price, due March 15th. We'll follow it all the way through. The federal proposal process has 5 phases: solicitation, intake, and analysis, drafting, review, and finalize, submission control, and post-submission learning. Each one matters. And in federal contracting, skipping a step doesn't just cost marks, it can cost the contract. Before you open any chat, 3 checks. 30 seconds. Check 1, you're inside your Federal Proposal Command Center project. Not a random chat. Your entire federal library lives there. Check 2, click New Chat. Do not continue an old solicitation chat. Do not use your proposal library chat. That's permanent infrastructure. Every solicitation gets its own fresh conversation. Check 3, name it correctly. Agency, contract title, due date. For our demo, it looks like this: DoD DISA, IT Support Services, due March 15, 2025. And one more thing unique to federal work: before you open the RFP analysis, identify Section M. Is this LPTA or best value? LPTA means you meet every threshold exactly, no differentiation language. Best value means you demonstrate measurable superiority in every evaluated factor. The AI will identify this in the full RFPD code, but you should already know it before you begin. The wrong strategy in the wrong solicitation loses every time. Phase 8 is solicitation intake and analysis. Every decision you make in this proposal starts here. The instinct when an RFP arrives is to start writing. Don't. Let's go through it. 8.1. Fill in the solicitation details. Agency, contract title, deadline, sector, evaluation method, and contract value. Once you paste this in, the AI checks your federal proposal library for relevant past performance, CARS-backed content, and methodology before you've uploaded a single document. This tells you immediately whether you have the evidence you need. 8.2. Upload everything. The full RFP pack, the PWS or SOW, Section M with the evaluation factors, Section L with the instructions, the pricing schedule, and all attachments. Never draft from memory. 8.4. Run confirm document receipt before the full decode. The AI tells you what it's found, what it can read, and what looks missing. Find that out now. 8.5. The full RFP decode, the most important thing you'll do before writing a word. The AI produces a forensic analysis of the entire solicitation. It confirms from Section M whether this is LPTA or best value, extracts all evaluated factors and their weights, identifies every pass-fail requirement, and produces a bid-no-bid recommendation. Read that recommendation. In federal contracting, the cost of pursuing the wrong opportunity is high. 8.6. A 1-page summary you can share with anyone involved: your program manager, pricing lead, key personnel. Deadline, evaluation factors, priority sections, set-aside status. 1 page. 8.7. Agency psychology, one of the most powerful prompts in the system. The AI models the SSEB panel. It identifies what the panel fears, what builds confidence, what language scores, and what triggers skepticism. The SSEB trust signal section will change how you open every evaluated section. 8.8. Competitor battlefield. Who's holding the incumbent position? who the large business challengers are and where you have a competitive edge. Run this on any competitive recompetition. 8.9. FAR and DFAR's compliance checklist. Pass-fail requirements are non-negotiable in federal proposals. Any one missed disqualifies the entire submission. Check this yourself against the original solicitation. The proposal plan, working backwards from the deadline. Volume assignments, review gates, key personnel availability. 8.11. The section register. Every evaluated factor mapped with page limits, evidence needed, and risk level. Nothing gets drafted until this is complete. Phase 9 is drafting, and the single most important discipline here is this: one section at a time. Don't draft all 3 evaluated sections in one go. Each section goes through its own complete Karsbach loop before you move to the next. 9.1. Before you write a single word, run this. The AI breaks apart the evaluated factor, what the SSEB is actually scoring, what a weak response would miss, what a highest-rated response must establish. For best value solicitations, the blueprint will structure the response to demonstrate measurable superiority. For LPTA, it focuses on threshold compliance. No differentiation language, because differentiation can actually hurt you in an LPTA evaluation. 9.2. The AI searches your past performance library and identifies the strongest CPARS-backed match for this specific factor. Contract number, agency, dollar value, performance period, CPARS rating. Each piece of evidence gets a confidence level, and gaps are flagged right here, before you write a word. 9.3. Now we draft. Paste in the blueprint from 9.1 and the CPARS evidence pack from 9.2. The AI produces the first draft using only the verified evidence you've provided. Nothing is invented. Any gap becomes a... This is not just good practice. In federal proposals, fabricated CPARS ratings or unverifiable past performance creates False Claims Act exposure. 9.5. Mandatory. The AI scores the section out of 50 as if it were the SSEB panel. Below 35 out of 50, revise. In our demo, the technical approach scores 31. CPRS specificity is weak because the past performance reference doesn't include the specific named task that matches this factor. That's the fix. 9.5b. The brutal SSEB evaluator review. Run this on your highest weighted sections. The AI acts as a hostile evaluator whose job is to find reasons to score you down before you submit. 9.6. Takes the SSEB critique and produces a revised section. Gaps remain as ... Then run 9.6b. When it says ready for human review, move on. 9.7. Federal hallucination risk check. And this one matters more in federal work than anywhere else. The AI creates a claim-by-claim table specifically checking CPRS ratings, contract numbers, dollar values, and certification claims against your uploaded evidence. This is your False Claims Act compliance gate. 9.8. The final AI gate. Client ready, yes, no, or yes with conditions. In our demo, it's yes with one condition. The CO needs to confirm a specific past performance rating from an older contract. Phase 10, review and finalize. You've drafted every evaluated section through its own complete loop. Phase 10 now looks at the whole proposal together. Step 10.5 is the most critical, the cross-section consistency check. In the DISA demo, it catches exactly the kind of thing that undermines SSCB confidence. Section 2, the management plan, names John Smith as project manager. Section 1, the technical approach, names Sarah Jones in the same role. That contradiction, if it reaches the SCB panel, damages the credibility of the entire proposal. Step 10.6 is the small business and policy alignment check. In a small business set-aside, FAR compliance and SB utilization commitments are evaluated. Non-compliance doesn't just cost marks, it can disqualify the proposal. Step 10.8 is the contracting officer sign-off report. Formal approval, one of 4 verdicts. Our demo comes back as approved subject to 2 fixes. the inconsistent PM name, and one unverified past performance rating. Phase 11, submission control. Everything is written, reviewed, and approved. Now you get it on sam.gov. This is where federal proposals fail in the last hour for reasons that have nothing to do with proposal quality. The tower rule is not a guideline. sam.gov portal issues on submission day are more common than you'd expect. The government deadline is absolute. There are no extensions. Step 11.1, the sam.gov portal submission checklist. Every volume, every file name, every certification, every required attachment. It names the human submitter. One person is responsible for clicking submit. Step 11.2, the human submitter brief. What to upload, in what order, what certifications to confirm, and what to do if sam.gov is unresponsive. It ends with, do not close the browser until the sam.gov confirmation number has appeared and been saved. Step 11.4 is the confirmation record. sam.gov reference number, who submitted, timestamp, screenshot saved. In a protest situation, this is your evidence. Phase 12, post-submission learning. I'm going to be direct. Most federal contractors skip this. They submit, wait months for the award decision, and if they remember to debrief at all, they do it when the memory has faded. Don't. Run the debrief within 48 hours. 4 outputs. Grade A federal library extraction. The strongest CPARS-backed sections from this proposal go back into your federal proposal library. Evidence gap register update. Every flag becomes a specific improvement action. What CPARS reference do you need? Collect it now, before the next solicitation arrives. Outcome and pattern intelligence. When the award decision comes, log it. Win or loss, the SSEB feedback builds your pattern intelligence over time. And loss autopsy or win replication. For loss, what would have changed the evaluation? For win, what made the difference? And always request the formal CO debrief. You're entitled to it under FAR.ACO. A debrief after a loss is worth more to your next proposal than almost anything else in this system. Let's recap. 5 phases. Each one matters. Phase 8, solicitation intake and analysis. Full RFP code, compliance checklist, proposal plan, section register. And identify section M before anything else, LPTA or best value. Phase 9, drafting. 1 section at a time through the complete CPARS-backed loop. Below 35 out of 50 on the SSEB critique, revise. Phase 10, review and finalize. Cross-section consistency check, small business policy alignment, contracting officer sign-off report. This is where contradictions get caught before they reach the SSEB. Phase 11, submission control. 2 hours before the sam.gov deadline. Named human submitter. Confirmation record saved. Government deadlines are absolute. Phase 12, post-submission learning. Within 48 hours. Grade A content back to the library. Evidence gaps logged. Request the formal CO debrief every time. The non-negotiables. That's the complete federal proposal process. If you've just received a solicitation and you're watching this while the clock is running, go. Tab 4, pre-flight check. Confirm section M. New chat. Name it correctly. Start with 8.1. Everything you need is right there. And if you haven't bookmarked this video yet, do it now. You'll want it every time a solicitation lands.